Last week we covered Take-Two's heavy-handed takedown of the GTA modding tool Open4. Open4 had been used to create all sorts of mods for GTA 4, GTA 5 and Max Payne 3 until Take-Two stepped in. Well, as it turns out, and not very surprisingly, people don't like that.
Take-Two, parent company of Rockstar Games, sent out a cease and desist notice to the creators of the Open4 mod tools last week, essentially spelling the end of a huge range of mods for games like GTA 5. We made a video about it. Since then though, the community has ramped up the pressure on Take-Two massively, with angry players flooding GTA 5's Steam page with negative reviews. There was criticism from all manner of players, some with over 300 hours invested in the game, and some people who have claimed never to have even used a mod in the game. GTA 5 has changed from an overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam to a mixed rating in just a few days. All that is thanks to the flood of negative reviews, which also give it an overwhelmingly negative rating for recent reviews. Only 13% of reviews in the last month were positive. Motherboard Advice did an interview with the creator of Open4, Good NTS, who said he was shocked how many people support Open4 in this situation. Good NTS followed up by saying, "I only hope for Take-Two and Rockstar to understand that Open4 and modding is a good thing for their game and business." There's also been a change.org petition which is just 2,000 signatures short of its 50,000 signature goal. The petition was actually highlighted by people on the Steam reviews board itself. So I guess we should say before we dive into this, Rockstar have released a statement to respond to this, which we covered in the video that we first did, reporting this whole thing before everybody started writing negative reviews. So Rockstar has responded. Take-Two though, still nothing from them yet. I don't know if that's such a good idea. Maybe they're just relying on the Rockstar statement for like, they've got it covered.
The whole furore regarding this situation is being kicked off because Open4 is essentially a single-player modding tool that some people can use to exploit the online version of the game, or GTA Online, which is why they've banned use of it. But it's also kicked up this whole stink around creative freedom and things like that. You think about GTA 5, why people love it. It's because it's a sandbox. People can do whatever they want. Now this takes away a lot of their freedoms because they're not able to mod the game in the way that they want and enjoy the game. For mainly, people might have bought the game just to play the mods and things like that, and that severely restricts that enjoyment that they can have from the game.
Why would you let something grow for 10 years? You've left this alone for years and years and years, and then suddenly you're going, hang on a minute, no, you're not allowed to do that. That's going to be a big part of why some people are upset, right? Like, I've been doing this I've bought this game 3 years ago. I've been modding it for 3 years. Why now? You know, Strauss-Zelnick said there's wood to chop in GTA Online. They're not making enough money. They're under-monetizing GTA Online. He only said that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and then
suddenly
the very next week, this is when they clamped down on all these modding tools, which could, in theory, exploit the money that they, exploit the online version of the game, generate loads more in-game currency, which would stop people wanting to buy shark cards. So 2 weeks ago, Strauss-Zelnick wants to chop some more wood. Last week, they basically blanket ban all mods, and now this week, they're seeing the brunt of it. And I can't help but wonder, with all these negative reviews now on Steam, what will that affect their bottom line? How many less games will they sell now because of less people buying the game on Steam? Will it actually make a dent in their revenue?
I feel like they're probably thinking, we've already sold, this is in the top 5 games in the chart like every week. It's still up there. It's still like one of the most purchased games around. But he's probably thinking like, there's momentum there. That's not going to slow down if we do this. We've already sold 80 million or whatever it is. That's kind of enough.
Yeah.
I want to make more money out of the online portion of it. And you're exactly right. They were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. They want to make more money from online. The only way to do that without selling more shark cards is by clamping down on the people who are like dodging the shark cards by using hacks and mods to just inject money into the game out of nowhere.
What's funny is they've built up this reputation of having an awesome game. Over 90% approval rating on Steam. Over how many years? 3 years since it was released. And in a course of 1 week, like there's so much negative. That's taken the overall score on Steam to like 60% approval.
Just taking the knees out
in 1 week. Yeah. That's one way to ruin a reputation in a very short time. After the massive backlash against Rockstar and Take-Two for taking down Open4, they actually followed up on the promise to take down actual cheating and hacking software. Shortly after shutting down Open4, Take-Two's lawyers were quick to go after Force Hacks, one of the most popular cheating tools available for GTA Online. Force Hacks was a tool which enabled cheaters to control almost every aspect of GTA Online. They could spawn an infinite amount of objects perks, make themselves invincible, and hand out endless amounts of in-game cash, which is probably what Take-Two didn't like. At the time of recording, the Force Hacks official website can no longer be accessed, and redirects to a statement from the Force Hacks team which reads, "After discussions with Take-Two Interactive, effective immediately, we are ceasing all maintenance, development, and distribution of the Force Hacks cheat menu services. We will be donating our proceeds to charity, and we apologise for any and all problems Force Hacks services have caused to the Grand Theft Auto online community."
Force Hacks was known for charging people to use the tool, so people actually had to pay $15 a month to act like total knobheads in GTA Online. Interestingly, Take-Two could have sued the cheat makers for damages and loss of profits, kind of like how Blizzard sued Overwatch cheat makers and were awarded $8.5 million in damages and copyright infringement. But making Force Hacks donate all their earnings to charity is probably one of the best ways to handle a situation like this, if you ask us. Do you remember when cheat menus were just like codes that you just pressed in on the controller, like you got a book
up, down, left, right, X, X,
PlayStation
Y.
magazine, and you'd be like, yeah, I'll put that in, and then you get more money. Now it's like a $15 a month subscription that you've got to pay some Russian guy, probably. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous that this is the situation we're in now, where things, you know, it's just fun, it's just games. This is quite depressing, really. GTA Online is messing around, like you were saying earlier. It's a big open sandbox of a game. That's the whole idea. But then you put shark cards in it and stuff, and then that has repercussions on mods. You can't, you know, you're ruining the fun for everybody else. In other words, they're buying shark cards, and you're making money out of nowhere. And that's kind of unfair on the shark cards people. It's supposed to just be fun. They're having to clamp down on fun because it's losing them a bit of money.
The lawyers around a fucking laugh, aren't they?
Exactly. It's the fucking lawyers. It's the lawyers. It's the developers don't want this. Rockstar don't want this, do they?
We don't want this.
We don't want the fact that Rockstar have been so positive about mods in the past, you know, encouraging them, highlighting the good ones, spotlighting the good ones on their official website. You know, it shows that they appreciate that. They appreciate the fun. They appreciate the fun aspect of it. But then Take-Two they don't care about that. They just, like you said, it's all about like the bottom line or whatever. You know, how's it affecting the money of it? We're making tons of money. That's not good enough. Why aren't we making more money every year? You know, it's
like the way they see it is like it's a leaking bucket, and they've got to plug all the holes. Now this is,
and the bucket is fucking full of water.
Overflowing.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, carry on.
No, sorry. You seem upset about this, Mike.
Yeah,
in a way that I don't see you upset this often. Are you alright, dude?
Nah.
Have you bought a shark card, mate?
Is
that it?
I just things used to be simpler, didn't they?
Yeah. Back in the good old days, eh, Mike?
Back in the 90s.
So let us know if you were one of the ones who negatively reviewed GTA 5 in the last week or so. Down in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. There's a link for some of our other content on your screen about here. And there's a link to Patreon if you want to support us right there. We'll see you again in the next video. Until then, bye for now.